Hello, my little makeup lovers, and welcome back. So today is something special. I'm doing a collab with Anya Stamper. I think you guys kind of know who I do collabs with mostly. I would do other collabs, but nobody else wants to work with me. Just saying. I'm a little bit of a wild card. I'm hard to handle. I think everybody knows that, so nobody wants to work with me. Or it's maybe because I don't have enough subscribers. I think that might be it. Oh well. Anya loves me. And Valerie, I know, collab with me too. So I'm just messing with everybody. I'm happy where I'm at, who I am, and all of that. So I'm not worried about any of that. So today we're doing a special collab. You know, most of the time, most of my makeup tutorials or whatever you want to call them that I do here are fun. I tell you fun stories, we laugh, we have a good time. This one's going to be a little different. Anya and I were talking, and we understand that this time of the year, you know, during the holidays is really hard on a lot of people. There's a lot of us who have lost people that we love, or maybe it's just you haven't spoken to somebody because of a fight or distance or anything like that. And during the holidays, I know we miss those people even more. And I have a feeling that we hurt more during the holidays, and our thoughts aren't always as jolly as the television shows show us that we should be during the holiday seasons. Our feelings are our feelings. The only thing I can say for it is try not to stay in it, because the longer you stay in that, the harder it is to come out of it. I know we can't control it. Believe me, I know you can't control it. But if there's some way to bring yourself out of it, try like the dickens, because I know for myself, if I stay in this for too long, I just don't feel good about myself anymore. So what we're doing today is I had sent Anya a palette that she had wanted that I found for her, and it's a rainbow palette. It's the Too Faced Life is a Festival. We call it a rainbow palette. So this is going to be called Over the Rainbow collab. Forgive me that that's not the name of the palette, but that's what we're calling it. So this is what it looks like. Ooh, Anya, I almost dropped it. This is what it looks like on the inside if you don't have this palette. It does come with a little mirror here. So it's cute. It's a cute little palette. So there's a bunch of cute little soft colors, and that's kind of why we picked it too, because it's a soft palette look. I'm not promising you the look I'm going to come out with it is soft looking, but the idea of it is a gentle, soft look on your face. I'm already going for the dark colors. That's what I do. So let's get started putting some makeup on my face, and we'll just sort of talk as we go along here. So I'm going to try really hard, like the dickens, not to cry. I don't give you any promises, but I got places to go today. I got no time for crying. So I'm going to try hard not to do that. So I have my face done. This foundation that I'm using is going to be up on Monday. So if you're liking it or hating it, stay tuned. Monday, I'll give you my thoughts on it. So, and I'll tell you what I'm using then. Mirror. Tell you, I need a mirror. I need like a mirror. Let me tell you a couple funny stories before I start with the sad stuff that we can talk about, which shouldn't really be what we do. I'm going to start and go in with desert vibes here. Just a heads up. Actually, no. I'm going to go in with Young and Free. It's this pink down in the corner. There are only technically 2 matte shades in this palette, and the rest of them are all shimmers. So, yeah. And it is very, 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 very powdery. I don't know if you can see that, but I barely dip my brush in, and powder everywhere, all over my brush. So, not that this is a new palette, but I just want to let people know. I saw mine at, I got mine at TJ Maxx or Marshall or something like that. I can't remember which one. So, I think this is going to be a halo look, but with me, You never know what's gonna happen. I could start off saying it's gonna be a halo look and then end up with a something else. And of course I'm using my 441. Jeez Louise, I almost forgot my own brush that I use 100% of the time. I was gonna tell you a funny story, wasn't I? It's amazing how I already forgot it. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So, I have a little lamp that's right behind, or right in front of me. You know, the fancy YouTubers have that, whatever that light is that they use. Me, I had a cheap $5 lamp that I used as my fancy light. Well, my fancy light bit the dust today because I had it up on a drawer, by a drawer, and I pulled the drawer open and then the light came crashing down. But I have a carpeted floor, so it should have been safe. But because it fell right on my vent, the only hard surface in this room, and cracked. So I quickly ran to Dollar General right down the street and got a new lamp. So see, that's all you need. You don't need fancy lights in the beginning, because fancy lights cost a fancy amount of money, and sometimes you don't want to spend that. So, and sometimes you just can't afford to. And just because you don't have fancy lights doesn't mean that you can't start a YouTube channel. You can start any doggone lamp you want. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you need something expensive to start your channel, because you don't. I'm going to use my 506. Yep. And I'm going to make sure it's clean first, because I was using some weird colors on it earlier. And I'm just going to kind of blend this a little bit down here and right here. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm going to add some darker colors here in a second. Just going to blend that a little bit, just a little bit. So, sorry, my phone posts things at me and I gotta look at it, so. Okay, so the holidays. All right, I'm gonna go in with Fantasy. It's a slight shimmer slash matte shade. And this one is very powdery, very pigmented and very powdery. So the year my mom died, July 27th of 2011 at about 8:30 in the morning. Yes, I know all of this because I was there. Because the hospital had called and let us know that they thought it was gonna happen soon because we had gone home. Because they just didn't know. They knew she wasn't going to come out of it. My mom had cancer. She got it twice. The first time she got cancer was in 2005. And I'm taking these dark shades and doing inner and outer there. So, and I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit in the crease line here to kind of tie it together. So we'd, been there basically a bunch of days in a row, and somebody always stayed with my mom, even though at that point, she never woke up again because they had her on so much pain medication, because if not, because her body was just filling up with fluid. So if she would have been coherent, she would have been in a lot of pain. So they gave her basically so much pain medication. It's weird to say this, and I'm trying to say it in a way where I'm not thinking about it, because if I think about it, I will cry. So please forgive me if I sound cold about this. I'm trying to talk about it clinically and not emotionally right at this moment in time. So, if she would have been awake, she would have been in a lot of pain. So my mom, like, I never really got to say goodbye to her because I was at work. And because at that point I was still working in the health field, but I didn't work at that hospital. I worked at another hospital down the road from there. So by the time I got off work and got there, she was already like out, you know. They already kind of knew she wasn't gonna pull out of it, and they were keeping her sedated, so she wasn't in any pain, which I'm very grateful for. But then again, I never got to say the words to her that you want to say to somebody before they die, that you love. But I know she knows it. So, but still, it lets me know that if you do love somebody, you really got to tell them on a daily basis, because you do not know when it's going to be it. You know what I mean? So don't save your words, because words are important. That's what I was trying to always get across to you in your comments and everything. Words are important, and they're hurtful and they're joyful. So words matter. Actions matter. So, okay, I'll get off that. So we got there, and she had already passed. So we said our goodbyes, and that was that. And I went into a funk, a depression, like I never thought I would ever go into. When people talk about depression, before my mom died, I never really understood the full impact of a depression like that until my mom went. Because my mom and I were friends when nobody else wanted to be my friend when I was little. Because, you know, I'm not going to get into a lot of my physical ailments because I don't think that's necessary. But I had limitations where, you know, I couldn't do sleepovers and stuff like that. So I was that odd little girl that it wasn't that people didn't like me. It's just that I never could do the things that everybody else did. So my mom, of course, was the person that was around all the time. She became like everything to me. And it stayed like that my whole life with her. You know, she was my person that I went to the movies with, that I went shopping with. You know, she was it. So when she left, I didn't, and don't get me wrong, I actually, besides Anya, but I have a friend. I have a best friend. And she was there for me, but I just refused to acknowledge that. So, which is another thing that I encourage people not to push away the people that love you, because they want to be there to help, but you have to let them help you. And if by the only way they can help you is just by being around you, let them do that, because they want to feel useful too. Because people do not know what to do when you lose somebody, you know. They don't know what actions they can do to help you. Okay, this is where it could go crazy, folks. I'm going to use Mystic Rain and Beamin, which I'm going to use these. These is this one and this one, my two fingers right there. I'm going to use these two colors, and I'm going to put that smack dab in the middle. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? You think I should put, yeah, I think I should. Let me see if there is magically a concealer sitting right here. Yeah, that would be a negative. So as you can see, Allison will not stop until the eyeshadow has hit the brow area. It's a sickness. I can't help it. I don't know what. I seriously, I do. In my head, I'm like, I'm going to stop about here. Well, maybe here. Okay, I can go up just a, oh, screw it. I've already hit all the way to the top. So, there you go. And then this side got darker than that side, so then I had to darken up this side. So, yeah. Welcome to Allison, who has no control. But I try. Oh, well, I'm going to probably bring this down here eventually anyway, so it's all going to tie in together. So, I like eyeshadow. I can't. This is why I started my own YouTube channel, because I like eyeshadow. Okay, so now, before I start more of my story, I got my two little products here. So let me scrape out what's left in here before I stick this into my empties and talk about it when I get enough empties. Because like I said, it's really hard to get empties, you know, in makeup. It's either, you know, sometimes they just go bad. You don't even use all of it. But this little sucker I used up. But I got it as a, I think I was going to tell you this story one time, so I'll just do it really quick. When I was up north last year, when my boyfriend and I went and stayed up there for a few months, we made friends with this one girl and her boyfriend and stuff. And we went over their house for dinner and blah, blah, blah. But she was into makeup just like me. And she had the Tarte Shape Tape. And I hadn't bought any of that product yet. And she's like, well, do you want it? She goes, it's still too dark for me. Because she was lighter than me. And I was like, really? Because I knew these were expensive. And she just gave it to me. So there you go. That's how I started using Tarte Shape Tape as a gift. All right. Let me see. Let's just go here. So, after my mom passed away, and I'm just going to use my mom as an example. I have, you know, lost grandparents and all that, which was devastating at the time, but nothing like when my mom passed away. Because for me, my mom passed away way too young. My mom was 68 when she died. Which, you know, if you guys are in your 20s and watching this, you're going to say, dang, that's old. But in reality, it isn't that old. Just trying to make this even. Yeah, that's not even. Yeah, that's not even. So I really thought I'd have more time with her, and way too much on the back of my hand as usual. So yeah, but so I have lost other people, but my mother was the most impact on me. So everybody can only judge what's impactful for them. And now I'm just gonna kind of pat this down a little bit, which spreads it out like a nitwit. This side's so good. This side's so wet. Oh well, we'll work with it. And I also used my glitter glue and with my Shape Tape like I had told you guys before. Again, if you have hooded eyes and your eyelids touch the top, I have found for me, if you put a little bit of the glitter glue in it when you do a cut crease, it helps keep it staying on your eyelid and not going up top there. So, just a little FYI. It might not work for you, but it works for me. All right, I'm going to use my Beam first, and then I'm going to put Mystic Rain on top of it. So, I went into a deep depression, and, you know, all kinds of things happened. But the big thing that worked out best for me, it's finally, I got stuck into therapy because of my depression, which was the best thing that could happen. Because if you ever think you're, oh, I can't, you know, now I'm going to do Mystic Rain. No, I'm not going to do therapy, you know. Therapy's for other people. Therapy's for everybody. Therapy is for everybody who just needs somebody to talk to, who isn't a family member, who isn't a friend, who isn't just going to pat you on the head and say, it's okay, your feelings are okay, you're going to be okay. Because that's what your family members will do and your friends. Because they don't know what to do to help you. They want to help you, they just don't know. And if they're going through the same pain as you are, they really don't know what to do. So I encourage you to do therapy. I know you might not have the money to do it, and I apologize if you don't, but if you do, I would recommend it, because it does help to have that outside person, you know, listen to you and give you exercises on what you can do to help yourself. I'm going to go back into fantasy and kind of blend that out a little bit there. And I'm using my Morphe 562 because it's a little fluffier, so it'll help a little bit better. So I don't have any great tips on how to get through the season. You know, when you're missing somebody, like I said, that missing somebody could be somebody that's still alive that you just, you know, you had a fight with, or you just aren't speaking to, you know. Also, you know, think about what the fight was about. Is it that important of a fight to not speak to that person again? Maybe it is. I don't know. I can't judge what's important to each of you. But all I can say is we're all getting older. And I find what I thought was important when I was younger, sure in the heck is not important now. So, just saying. And truly, no, you are not alone on these feelings, because there are so many of us out there who are going through the same thing. So, all right, I'm going to put down Young and Free first, and then I'll put down the Fantasy again. So that's just a little bit of a story about kind of my journey through my depression after my mom passed. And as you saw the other day, if you watched my cookie video that I collabed with Valerie from Giving Lips and More, I lost it on you guys, and I'm sorry, but I'm not, because that was, yeah, that was not a planned moment of, I'm gonna plan on crying right now, because that'll get me great views. Who am I? Nobody's watching me but you guys. Wasn't like I knew I could put that out and I'd get 100,000 views. That was me uncontrollably crying because it's the holidays and I miss my mom. And I will continue to miss my mom until I'm gone someday. So I encourage everybody to talk about their feelings. Talk to somebody. Again, if you can't afford therapy, talk to a friend, talk to a family member. Live with the funk for a while, but don't live with it forever. Because I lived with it for too long, and it wasn't healthy for me. But I wouldn't listen. I was a non-listener. All right, I'm going to take the fantasy and I'm going to use it at the end here in the outer corner of my eye. And I'm going to spread it all the way down my face, obviously. Oh, I thought I wasn't recording anymore. I was going to cry. Now I really was going to cry. So, if there are others of you who are out there who are missing family right now this time of year, I am sorry. I really am. It is a hard time of year. I do agree. But like I said, there are others out there. There's therapy, there's family, there's friends. They all want to help. I know there's somebody out there who wants to help you. I would want to help you. You know? You could always find me on Instagram. You can, you know, private message me and I will talk to you. Because I never want anybody to feel alone out there. Because I know what it's like. I remember that first couple Christmases without my mom. They sucked. Big time. And I put way too much beaming on. I'm going to be beaming all right, since I put like 5 tons of beaming down. You find a brush here. How do I have 100 brushes in front of me and not one that I want to use? Wow, well, it is the name of the game. It is called beaming for a reason, so. Okay. I'm a beamin', look at me. Wow, that's my singing career going down in flames. Okay, I'm gonna go off and I am going to finish up the rest of my face and come back and show you what everything looks like all together. And the finished look. Because my eye look is so woo, I decided to do a subtle lip. This is from Sleek Makeup. It's like, I can't remember the shade, and now I threw it back into the lipstick bin and I will not find it again for a while. So hopefully you guys like this. I know it's a little much, but then my hair's a little much today too, so I think it all kind of works out really well. So again, I use the highlight out of this palette called Unicorn Tears. Again, this is the palette. I think it's a cute little palette, you know. I think you could do several looks with it. So if you see this still at TJ Maxx, I don't know if I would have paid whatever normal prices on it, 41 bucks. Yeah, no, I would not have paid $41 for this. Sorry. I got it for like 25 bucks. So there you go. I'm a little cheaper than that. I like it. I wouldn't have picked it up when it was a thing because these aren't a bunch of my colors, but I think it's a cute little, it's so cute. So, thank you, Anya, for doing this with me, and thank you for thinking of it. Again, I know what it's like to be feeling alone during the holiday season. It's an awful feeling, and I don't wish it on you. I hope that you can find some way to work yourself out of it. I know that's not an easy thing to do when you're stuck in it, but try to find someone to help you. I don't know your lives, but I'm sure there's somebody out there that wants to help you. And if all comes down to it, again, I'm on Instagram. You can private message me. I will talk to you. I'm not going to talk to some dirty old man out there, which I get sometimes. Shame on you people. But I will talk to you ladies out there that I know watch me. If you need somebody to just be a sounding board, I will be that for you. So I hope you guys got through this okay. I'm amazed that I got through it without crying. There was a couple moments there that I had to pull myself together, but there you go. So my mother would say that's a little too much makeup. That's why I love her. So there you go. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and you'll be seeing me again because this is going out tomorrow, so that's day 9 I'll have to do pipers piping, drummers drumming. I don't know what I'm doing next. So I will see you then. Okay, you guys take care of yourself. Be safe. You know, I'm here to listen, and I care a lot. So take care of yourselves, and my silly, silly self will be back on soon. Okay? All right. Mwah.